Hey everybody, welcome to Live at 5:01 or whatever that is. Is it 5:01? Is it?
It's yeah.
Sure, it is now.
Yeah.
Look at that. Woo! All right, I was having some difficulties getting my mic on,
It was pretty funny.
and by difficulties getting my mic on, I mean I didn't even have my microphone on. It's like what 30 seconds to go,
Yeah.
and Jake's like, "Are you even mic'd up?" I was like, "Nope, definitely am not."
Nope.
I am now though. So if you are tuning in, welcome to Live at 5. I'm Jack.
I am Jake.
I normally my drink would be in front of me on this little table, but there's a special surprise on this table in front of me, and I don't feel like using the most expensive coaster in the world. So cheers, how we doing?
Yeah.
I'll set it right there. I'm okay with that. That was fine. All right, today let's see. Last week was all Taylor's because we had wrapped up for our Taylor 50th anniversary showcase. That was a good time. Donnie Rod, our Taylor sales rep, was here. Had fun hanging out with Donnie for the day. It was great learning about all the 50th anniversary guitars. Great experience. We're very thankful that we are a store that has the ability to host events like that. I'm trying to think our next event.
No.
Our next event might not be until November 16th. This is the first day we're pushing out to the public because I didn't even know this was going to happen right now.
Oh.
I'm just talking.
Okay.
November 16th, String Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're doing it a week earlier this year in hopes that maybe our donations will get to food banks and stuff before Thanksgiving. So people have a chance to grab all their donations right before Thanksgiving with some more time in there. Usually they get it, it's usually the idea is it's for the holidays. And it really goes Thanksgiving through Christmas and all that. Or whatever you practice, whatever you celebrate.
Yeah.
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus. Is that the one?
Sure.
From
It is
Seinfeld,
now.
whatever it is you celebrate, those were the holidays. And so this year, by doing it a week earlier, I'm hoping personally that it's going to get to some people before Thanksgiving. So I'm hoping that's the case. Hope we can get some out there into the community beforehand. We usually partner with Lifestyles. They're an organization here, it's local to Southern Maryland, that help with families in need. So I'm very excited that we'll hopefully be partnering with them again. The idea behind String Day, and it works out, I got a guitar here in front of me. Jake, do you happen to have any non-perishable food items over there?
I just have a Coke.
Sure. So our String Day, we've been doing it for years. We took a break because of the pandemic. And now we're back. We did it last year. Did we do it 2 years ago? Last year? No, I think last year was the first year back.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
we're going to do it again this year. So String Day, you bring in a non-perishable food item. I don't need your Coke, Jake. It's fine. You bring in a non-perishable food item, such as like a can of Campbell's soup, water, bags of rice, SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs, my guilty pleasure. I love a good can of SpaghettiOs. I'll tell you what. I don't care how old I am. You got nothing else to do. You don't have time to cook. Get some SpaghettiOs rolling real quick. It's a good way to go. I'm sorry. I'm a grown man. I love hot dogs and SpaghettiOs. Okay.
Hey, you do you.
The antacid is on the side. That's the dessert. The very berry Tums. That's the Anyways, you bring in a non-perishable food item and you get your guitar restrung for free. So it's a great deal. We've been doing it for years. But here's the kicker.
Okay.
There's always a grand prize, a couple grand prizes. And we weigh your food because not only do we want to know how charitable you are, that's a joke, we tally it all up because whoever brings in the most weight, not the most items, but the most weight of non-perishable food items wins the grand prize. Now, we don't know what the grand prize is yet, but usually it's a guitar. I think last year we gave away a Taylor 114 CE.
I know one time, well, at least one time we did PRS.
Yep, one time was a PRS. One time we had a PV amp, a guitar. We do a Yamaha guitar.
Yeah.
So we always have all kinds of prizes, and I'm very excited to get back into it this year. So bring in your non-perishable food items. Get your guitar restrung. November 16th. I'm excited. It's a fun time. It's one of my favorite days of the year.
And you're so excited you just can't hide it.
I can't. It got me up here dancing. You know? If you could see everything, I had my legs kicking out and whatnot. The cool thing about this camera angle is I can wear shorts. Yeah, I've got the thing down there. The cool thing about this camera angle is I can wear shorts. You never know it unless I did one of those. So,
I forgot all about.
Yeah. So, speaking of guitars you can get restrung, this one I'm holding right here is a PRS SE CE24 limited edition sandblasted. This is the red, obviously. So, limited editions, they're sandblasted. CE24, bolt-on neck, 24 frets, the 8515S pickups. You can get the CE, the SE locking tuners. They'll drop right in as a replacement. Phenomenal guitar. It's a great feel. I actually really like this guitar. I'm not going to lie, and I'm sorry, PRS. I was a little skeptical when I started reading about the SE CE24 models. Mm-hmm. I was just a little worried about the craftsmanship and the quality that was going to come into these because for so long they've been revered as this really nice USA-made guitar.
Yeah.
And I was a little nervous about the craftsmanship and the quality that was going to come out of these guitars. But to get my hands on them, I'm real impressed. They're a phenomenal piece of work. They sound great. Everything from a solid-state amp to an amp simulation pedal all the way up to a tube amp. This sounds great no matter what you plug it into. The neck is a nice satin feel on the neck, so it's a nice, comfortable, nice, very playable neck. I have no complaints with this guitar, especially these sandblasted ones. They fill the grains so well. I was a little nervous about that because sometimes you see the guitars that come from mass-produced manufacturing things, and you're like, oh, it's a little shoddy on the quality. But no, this comes from a factory that PRS owns.
Yeah.
So you know you're getting quality. So you get
I think he goes there and is like, do exactly like this.
Actually, at the time that they launched the factory, I don't know who still runs it currently because it's been a few years since I've checked into this.
Yeah.
But I believe the person who runs the factory overseas, it's Indonesia, right? Yeah, Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the people that run the PRS factory in Indonesia, I believe it was the guy who actually ran the Maryland factory.
Yeah.
The Maryland factory.
Yeah.
I'm going to go set this to the side, though, because I need all my notes that are here in front of me. But this is I get tongue-tied all the time. The SE CE24 limited edition sandblasted. I'm just going to set it right here.
Beautiful spot right there.
It's a beautiful spot. While we're in the realm of SEs, actually, that was the only SE, isn't it? I only grabbed one SE, so forget that. I thought I had two of them up here, but no, it's just one. We got one. And that was it. I don't even think I had a sign for it. I think I just pulled that out of the box and was like, I know this guitar pretty well. So let's move on. We'll move on and up. We'll move onward and upward, as they say. We had an episode probably a couple months back about the S2 models because we wanted to highlight some of our S2 models that we had in stock because the S2 models that are out now had been coming out, but we still have some of these pre-existing models laying around.
Yeah.
And I still very much so stand by the fact that I think the S2 standards, I'm sorry, I hit my microphone with the guitar, so I apologize. I think this should be called the S2 Classic. I'll stand on that hill. I'll die on that hill. They should make these standards and call them the Classics because they come in this nice cherry red. They come in the antique white. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's called vintage cherry. Vintage cherry, antique white, and you're not calling the standards the Classics? I think that's a classy move. No pun intended. I just think it's great. This guitar here, mahogany body, 8515S pickups, because remember, these aren't the American-made pickups. These are just the regular 8515s. Dot inlays, still comes with a nice PRS bag. But, you know, the way that they cut and shape the S2 neck, the way that it has the dot inlays, the different electronics, that's what put this at a different price point compared to the core models, is the little variances that go into the construction of the guitar.
It is vintage cherry.
Vintage cherry, antique white, S2 Classic. Clay, Chris, if you're watching, let's get this on the books. Let's have a meeting, and let's rename the S2 line of guitars. Someone has to agree with me on this. Someone. I think it's a clever move. You could launch them at NAMM 2025. There's still time. The 2025 models are not out yet.
No.
No. Q4 just started. There's still time to take a whole line of guitars and rename them after they can call them the S2 Classics. That's all I'm saying. And if you do it, just give me one of every color. That'll be my payment for...
I knew you were somewhere.
I'll take the S2 Vela in the antique white, not the satin, the gloss finish. And let me get a custom 24, because why not? Who doesn't want a custom 24, right? So I'll take an S2 custom 24 in blue, whatever the blue of 2025 will be. There's always a blue, and it always looks good. Yeah, Mike, I know you're watching. PRS blue looks good. Get over it. Look, it's an inside joke. Like a good friend of mine, longtime customer here of Island Music, doesn't like blue guitars. So, sorry. Just putting you out there. But yeah, I say we rename the S2 line the S2 Classic, and I'll take a Vela in antique white and an S2 custom 24 in whatever blue it is. That's all I need.
Okay.
You don't have to give me residuals. You don't have to pay me every 4 months. I don't know why I landed on 4.
I don't know.
I don't know. Just look, it's a very ADHD day, and you're getting what you're getting. We're having a good time. Let's move on. This here, we were waiting a while for this one, and it's been hanging up in the shop for a little bit. This is the Miles Kennedy signature. The Miles Kennedy signature pickups, very much so. I've said that like 3 times, very much so.
Yes, you have.
Put that on the bingo card.
All right.
They're modeled after the Narrowfields. So, single coil size, humbucker power, gorgeous guitar. Maple neck. I like the profile on the neck. It's got a good shape to it. It kind of thins out as you get closer to the heel, which is nice. That's really good, very good. Swamp ash body. And, of course, Miles Kennedy, the renowned singer of Alter Bridge. They've been using Mark Tremonti for signature stuff from the same band for PRS for years.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the most phenomenal gear we've ever seen. Nice tri-jack. I don't see them giving the Skittles collection. Sorry, Jim. Oh, it's Jimmy. Jimmy. I'm more of a Reese's man myself, so let's stick to what we know. I have no idea what's happening here today. All right, I'm sorry, folks. We went live at 5, and I just went, whoa, where am I?
Well, part of it is my fault. I forgot to put that screen down.
Yeah, I've been distracted since I started putting on my microphone. So we out here. We have a good time. Anyway, the Miles Kennedy signature. Very nice guitar. It's very good. If you like the T-style guitars, one of every color. You know what? They might. I think if it was successful enough, they might. And also, if those of you who aren't aware, my ADHD is allowing me to talk to you about this guitar and also interact with the chats at the same time. I will try my best to separate that for less confusion. So, the Miles Kennedy signature. The Miles Kennedy signature pickups, swamp ash body, maple neck, satin feel on the neck. Gorgeous guitar. Feels great. Come check it out. Well, let's keep moving down this line here. Let's shift over here. Because I think this is where my mind went when I was thinking about the next SE. But there wasn't another SE, but I do have another CE.
Mm-hmm.
This is a CE24 hand-built here in Maryland.
Yep.
I was going to say the United States of Maryland, but it's just one state. It's still built in the United States of America, but it's built in Maryland. It's very similar construction-wise as I'm talking about the SE model. So 24 frets. They still have a satin finish on the maple neck. Maple top. Gorgeous maple binding around the body. Mahogany body. This has the actual 8515 pickups. Gorgeous guitar. Mateo Blue is the name of this finish, and I think this is one of the nicest blues I've seen come through here. I don't know how we still have this in stock. For as nice as this is a gorgeous guitar. The blue is it's amazing. It's an amazing grade when it comes to the figuring and the maple. It's a gorgeous guitar. CE24, built in Maryland, with Mateo Blue. Let's see here. Let me keep moving down the line. That was the CE24. I've done the S2 Standard. We've done the Miles Kennedy. Let's move over here to, this is the Special. Special 22. Semi-hollow, has a Narrowfield pickup here in the middle, 5815s on the neck and bridge. This features the new tuner buttons, and I always get them. I always want to call them flight buttons, but I don't think they're called flight buttons. They're called wing air. It's something. Oh, man.
I'm looking.
Jake's looking it up because he knows I don't remember the name. I always want to call them flight, but I think they're called wing button tuners. And the idea behind the new tuner buttons is to resemble the bird on the 12th fret, the wings out for flight. So maybe they are called the wing. That makes more. I don't know. Jake's looking it up. 10 top maple body, mahogany neck, gorgeous maple binding. I like when they do the hybrid hardware. You get the gold and the chrome hardware. The fun lampshade knobs, the 08 controls for going in phase, out of phase, and coil tapping. Gorgeous guitar, and because it's semi-hollow, incredibly lightweight. I think that's rosewood fingerboard. Yeah. And they're the 5815 LT pickups.
And it's a wing button tuner.
Wing. The LT standing for low turn, so there's less winding in the pickup, so it's going to give you a more vintage type sound. The 5815 LTs. All right, moving down the line. That was this one. We're going to grab this Custom 24 here. This is a fun addition to the lineup. I think if you have a Custom 24 and you're looking for a way to add the acoustic sound to what you're doing, this is a great way to go. This is the Custom 24 Piezo.
Pickup.
There's a long-standing fight about how to pronounce it.
Acoustic pickup.
Acoustic pickup. This is the Custom 24 acoustic pickup. This is the Piezo. I'm just gonna say Piezo because that's how I say it. So if I'm wrong, according to you, I'm sorry. The Piezo is designed by LR Baggs. This guitar here specifically is in the Yellow Tiger finish. It has the 8515 pickups, 10 top. Look at the figuring and all that maple in there. Gorgeous. Let's see. 2024 model with the wing button tuners. See? I remember things. Also has the hybrid hardware, lampshade knobs, the multiple knobs, and the switch to control the piezo. And battery for the piezo and your output options there as well. Gorgeous. And then I also like how they have like the open gear tuners on the back. It's a nice look. Nice classy look. We're going to go here to, let me cross off the things I have talked about. Let me check my time here. All right, doing good. Got a little derailed because, that's what I do.
Another one for Dingo.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what we do. This one here is another one I grabbed specifically for Mike. This is the McCarty 594 Hollow Body 2 in faded whale blue jean. Or faded blue jean.
Just faded blue jean.
Faded blue jean. I miss the old whale blue. Sorry, it was a little slip because I like the old whale blue. It was a good color. Faded blue jean. This is also because it's, lightweight because it's the hollow body. Sometimes it doesn't even feel like I'm holding a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of like, man, all right. And then you do this, and then you realize, wait, this is like $6,000? Just shy of $6,000.
Yep.
And I'm sitting here like, yeah, I'm not even holding a guitar. This is how you know you've been around guitars your whole life, because something like this just...
Well, I mean, if you really need to work out, just take two Gibsons and just use them as weights.
Yeah, it's true. Bench press them.
Yep.
I was gonna say you could throw them, but Gibson. I'll say that on the PRS show, but I won't say it on the Gibson. I'm just kidding. Don't throw your Gibsons. Set them down gently and pick up your PRS. So, this has the wing button tuners. I'm going to remember that from now on. The 5815 LT pickups. Remember the low turn. So, because this is the McCarty shape and style, we're getting that vintage sound out of those pickups. And remember the low turning, less winding. Vintage. There we go. This is the other cool thing about this is because the back on it as well. This, however, is not a 10 top, which is surprising because the figuring in this, I mean, you can see some of the marks that would be not make it a 10 top, but the figuring going back and forth on the sides and on the back of the guitar, it is a gorgeous guitar. It's not a 10 top, but it is a gorgeous back and top made out of the maple. The binding across, this has the mahogany sides. Easily 5 pounds, maybe 6 pounds. Would you? Oh, you even wrote it. 5'11". This guitar weighs as much as I am tall. And, of course, comes with a nice hard case. It's worth noting that if I'm talking about a core model guitar, it has a hard case. The CE24, the S2, and the SECE all come with the nice PRS gig bags. And I've said it for years, and I'll say it again. I don't care who disagrees because they're wrong. PRS probably makes some of the nicest gig bags you get with a guitar. They're phenomenal, form-fitting, hold well, nice and lightweight. There's actually a picture of our sales rep, Clay, walking into a dealer to do a clinic, like an event, and he just unloaded his whole car, and he's just covered in gig bags, like walking through the parking lot. And so there's a meme of him that gets around to all the guitar groups on Facebook and everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, headed to go play 3 songs at open mic night, and it's just him carrying like 20 PRSs.
Yeah, I feel like he's done that here as well.
Oh yeah, it's just what he does. But it's just so funny to see that just get plastered all over the internet. I'm like, that's Clay. I know that guy. What was next on my list? That was this guy here. All right, we're down to our last 2. I posted this one on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram very recently. But this is a private stock model. This is the Fatback McCarty. A little bit thicker body, gorgeous guitar. The thing I love about this guitar, and I'll say this forever, is how the top is angled a little bit, adds a nice characteristic to it. This is the McCarty Glow finish, 5815 LT pickups, low turn, less winding, vintage output, phenomenal guitar from the private stock collection. Signed by Paul, both Pauls, Paul Reed Smith and Paul Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Miles being the head of the private stock department. Division sounds better. You know.
Okay.
I just love this guitar. It's one of those things where if someone wants to, PRS, I changed my mind. If you rename the standards to the classics, we'll work it out. Just get me this one. Thank you. I think it's a small price to pay, right? This guitar costs less than probably everyone that works for them. It costs less than an annual income that they pay somebody. It's like a drop in the bucket. I'll rename your S2 standards to S2 classics, and you get me this guitar right here. I think it's a very fair trade. They'll make way more in sales from S2 classics than they would have to pay me for this guitar.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
Right.
I can say that.
I'm not wrong.
That will be just a drop compared to.
I'm not wrong at all. I know what I'm doing. All right. Jake's like, yeah, sure you do. Okay. Jake's like, how did I get wrapped into doing this with you? And I'll tell you how. A year ago, I stood up here, a year and a half ago.
Yep.
I stood up here with a cell phone on a tripod, yelling at whoever would tune into our Instagram.
Hmm.
And eventually we're like, oh, we need to do more. Oh, this isn't enough. Oh, how can we do better? Oh, we need lights? Oh, we can stream to several platforms at once?
Oh, we a computer that's always hardwire to the equipment.
Yeah. Oh, you mean I can turn the music down on this side of the shop so I don't get copyright infringement and then everything get pulled off the internet? Because that happened a handful of times.
Dick is
All right.
always in the corner laughing.
I know. It was like people are like, who is that guy? All right. So yes, I opened a guitar case.
Yes.
I am very excited for this one. This one, I don't think we've not posted this online. It's listed for sale online, but we've not posted it to any of our social medias. We've not done a video with it. We've never taken a picture on a cell phone and said, check this out. We haven't done any of that. I don't know how. I don't know why. But today I was like, you know what?
Today's the day.
Today's the day. PRS episode of Live at 5. Why not pull this bad boy out? This guitar here is a prototype. It is one of 4 prototypes that PRS was going to make for a guitar that they were going to launch, I think, back in the 80s or so. I have a whole description in my email of like the history of this guitar. Not in the 80s, 90s, because this guitar's from 96. Prototype number 4, I think of 100, I think is what the details were saying, because they were designing a guitar, the special guitar they were going to release, and this is prototype number 4. This guitar here, it's an East Indian rosewood neck, so it's a rosewood neck, Brazilian rosewood fingerboard. I don't actually have the specs that say what kind of, I mean, obviously a maple top. I'm going to have to go with mahogany body. That's just kind of what they do. This is the Violin Amber Sunburst finish. This is one of their iterations of the Tree of Life inlay going down the neck. And as you can see, it also florals into the headstock. This guitar was in the Music Instrument Museum in Arizona. It features, and there's a ton of inlay work on here, so please check it out on our website to get the really nice detailed like close-ups of everything. This guitar features brown lip mother of pearl, white and gold mother of pearl, Paua, mammoth ivory, red coral, and 14 karat gold, all in the inlay work alone. This guitar is very special, very unique, very one of a kind, hence being one of the prototypes. This is prototype number 4. It's from 1996. It is here at Island Music Company. You won't find many of these out in the wild. Most people have something like this and they hang on to it forever. We've got it for sale here and now. So you definitely want to come in if you are a collector, if you are an avid fan of PRS, if you like a piece of musical history, this is a very nice piece to add to your collection. I can't say enough about it. This is one of the few guitars I've ever carried to the stage for the show and left it in its case until I got up here, because this guitar has the very well-earned, well-deserved price tag of $25,000.
Yep, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Notice this is the one guitar tonight where I have not spun it around. I have not twirled it. I have not curled it. I have not twirled it. I didn't mean for it to come out that way. I'm not even going to demonstrate things I haven't done with it, because I would probably get fired and blacklisted from the music industry community if I dropped this guitar. Like I said, it's probably the only guitar I've ever carried to the stage in its case. I think so. I'm just kind of wrapped up in how cool of a guitar this is. So if this is up your alley, you've got to come check this out. It's been posted online for a little bit, but like I said, definitely a collector's piece. It's for the right person, I'll tell you what. So come on in, check this out. Check out all the other PRS guitars that we have, and you won't be disappointed. It's a phenomenal guitar. I'm going to put it back in the case here before something accidental happens to it. Let me tuck this away in here. Also, you might notice behind me, we have our Stringjoy banner. Coming very soon here, exclusively to Island Music Company. We will be the first ever Stringjoy service center, meaning that Stringjoy is sponsoring our repair shop to a point to where if you bring your guitar in, by default, unless we specifically request other strings, string joys will be made, well, they'll be thrown onto your guitar. Acoustics and electrics, that's all we're working with right now. We haven't done basses or anything yet. So we're going to start advertising them more here on the show. They're going to advertise us on their stuff as well. So I want to say, we've been selling string joys here for a while now. We get a lot of requests for them. People really like them. I'm a huge fan. There's nothing that can beat the nice balanced tension feel that goes across my entire guitar when I'm using a set of Stringjoy strings. I'm very excited and honored to have them as a partner here at Island Music Company for the Stringjoy Service Center. So keep that in mind next time you bring your guitar in. We'll get you set up on some nice string joys, and you will notice a clarity and difference in everything that you play, just because they're just a phenomenal product from phenomenal people out in Nashville. So we're excited for this. So Thank you, Stringjoy, for partnering with us. We're excited to see how it goes and see what else may come on down the line. Speaking of strings, November 16th is going to be our String Day event where we do our food drive donation for Lifestyles La Plata here in Southern Maryland to get all the non-perishable food items for all the folks in need who need it, because there are some of those in need of things like that, especially going into the holiday season. So I love the String Day event because I love having this opportunity to give back to the community around us. The same community who has, over all these years, continued to give to us, support us, and help us continue to be in the position that we are in the anchor of this community. When I say the anchor of this community, I'm talking about the town of La Plata. The town of La Plata is the county seat for where we live. A lot happens here. We're very honored and thrilled that we get to do business here and give back to this community around us that is always giving back to us as well.
Yeah.
Whew. That was a long tangent there. All right. Time to get back to having some fun.
All right.
It's November 16th, String Day. Holiday String Day. PRS guitars. All kinds of them.
Stringjoy.
Stringjoy.
Prototypes.
Prototype. I think that was it. I don't think I talked about anything else. I mean, I talked about a lot of things, but
Yeah.
Very specific, important things. That's it. So, I'm Jack.
I'm Jake.
This was Live at 5. We'll see you next week. Gibson. I was trying to figure out what next week's episode was going to be, and I couldn't remember. I didn't write it down. Next week's all Gibson. So I'm excited for that because we can get some really cool stuff in.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next week, 5 o'clock.
See you.